Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Turin here with another Warhammer Total War live battlecast. So in this game, I think I'm going to play the Dwarfs. Definitely been having the urge lately, and if he's playing Beastmen, then that's actually one of my favorite matchups in the game. I just feel like it's so much fun, and it's a good excuse to use the Slayers and the Slayer King. Let's go ahead and get the Axe of Dargo just for style points. Although it's, I don't know if it's worth it. That armor piercing's nice, but I'm gonna skimp a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. Thane's pretty good. He's resilient, and you don't need a lot of armor piercing. And keep in mind, guys, he doesn't have armor piercing. So against very heavily armored factions, sometimes you don't need them. So let me get all the buffs. They do tend to bring missile harassment and that type of thing. So Longbeards, these guys are great. They have the charge defense. They're armored. They're shielded. They can withstand harass. All around solid unit. So then we're gonna get 2 groups of Slayers, guys. We're going big today. And let's also get some gyrocopters with the brimstone guns. I feel like that's pretty good against the Beastmen. I don't want to like go full cheese and just get like 10 of them, but I feel that's enough. So we get some Quarrelers. Those would be pretty good. And then I have a few more resources to spend. So let's go ahead. I feel like I need some more protection for my backline because the Slayers are going to be running all over the place like madmen. So let's go ahead and get another group of Longbeards here. And then let's really pinch some pennies, guys. Sometimes I get rid of Foe Seeker. I feel like it's not that important. Then it allows me to get an extra group of miners in this build. So we'll see how it goes. Time to do battle with the foul beasts. My opponent's scooping way over here. Looks like he's ready for some action. So if he does go for the Cygor spam and brings a Cygor and then summons another one, at least I will have these gyrocopters that have the anti-large. But some Beastmen players will bring Ungor Raiders because there was a big point in the meta when pretty much every Dwarf player was just bringing like 6 gyrocopters against the Beastmen, and it was really obnoxious. So a lot of Beastmen players started to adapt, but I think times have changed a little bit. Strategies are starting to normalize and whatnot, so we will see. Really looking forward to it. I can't wait for the Dwarves DLC. Oh, man, it's gonna be so fun to see what kind of stuff they get, because like all the Dwarf Lords are pretty damn cool. Thematically they're just awesome, just cool characters. So they're gonna get some really boss dwarves in that next DLC pack. So right now, just waiting for my opponent to load. I do like this map. One thing that I don't like is that there's like a lot of Vanguard deployment options for my opponent. See all these like trees and things off in the distance, so he can hide a lot, which definitely, I mean, he could even Vanguard deploy here if he wanted to. So, all right, so let's create the Dwarven shield wall. Let's get ready for action, and behind them, let's go ahead and put some Quarrelers here. Put the Protectors in the back, so these guys are going to take the brunt of whatever flanks come. Then we can put the Thane right here as well. I'm going to use him probably for protection because, to be honest, to crush the Beastmen front line, you don't need a lot. They're not that tough in terms of their front line presence, but, they usually bring Ungors or Goreherds, those type of things. Goreherds are a pretty good choice against Dwarves, in my opinion. So these guys can be back here, too. So nice and, yeah, it's a little crooked, but I'm not going to get OCD about it, guys. Let's get this, and then we got the 2 Slayers, yes. Oh my goodness, all this slaying material here with the anti-large and then the copters. It's going to be a fun one. Scoot up a little bit, guys. I think we need to, because if I don't, then that's another few meters I have to run, and I could take Cygor fire. So it's always fun to go look at the dwarf ranks, see them cheering, getting pumped up. These guys with their freaking mohawks, so cool. What are those tattoos on their backs? Oh, that's pretty freaking awesome. All right, so it's almost showtime, so should be interesting. Something that's very good, and a lot of Beastmen players will forget, is just, honestly, when I play against Dwarves as Beastmen, just spam Centaurs with great weapons. The speed and the armor piercing is just such a nightmare to deal with. If they efficiently cycle charge, it can be one of the most frustrating things ever to deal with as Dwarves. So they're a very good choice. Even the throwing axe equivalent is pretty good. So let's see, what has he got over here? So it looks like Goreherds, he has some Minotaurs, so the Slayers are friggin' pumped for that, I'm sure. So he did bring 2 Centaurs, so I wait for him. I feel like I can. I feel like I can wait a little bit. So let's form our formation here. Let's go poke around with our gyrocopters. There's no rush, yeah, because he's not summoning a Cygor, although let's see who he has. So he has Gorbals, he has some Razor Gore Chariots, which are very annoying. See, his leadership over here? Looks like he has a Bray Shaman. It's a wild, so he could summon a Cygor if he wants. He might be waiting for the resources. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and send these guys here and here. And let's just form ranks here, because he's going to have the cover of this jungle, which is going to be kind of annoying, but I'm not going to be able to catch those freaking guys. No freaking way. But I do get a few quick kills there, which is nice. So let's go ahead and start shooting at this Gorbal, which won't be bad at all. So, or I could just go for these chariots here. they're armored, so it's going to be pretty good. And they are anti-infantry, so those can be tough to deal with as the dwarves. They just run laps through your troops here. So he does have the Razorgore herd, and he does have these guys over here. So I'm probably going to need to form another defensive pocket by pulling these Longbeards over here. And yeah, we're going to have to Alamo this one. Create the Alamo here. It's always fun. And what's nice though, if when you're using a tight formation like this, is the Runesmith like hits everything, and you can see these guys are doing pretty good damage. So I don't want to chase it. You want to be combat effective as much as possible. So at this point, I'm going to just kind of bring these guys closer. And it looks like, does he have missile units hidden here in the forest? No, it looks like it's all the same old stuff. So during the battle, you can kind of just sick these guys on. So let's go ahead and do this and do this. That'll be pretty good. So at the very least, it'll keep him running. So and the Slayers are ready. These guys are going to do some serious work. So I'm already getting some missile fire, but they are Ungor herds, which they're designed to take missile fire. So right now, let's see if I can get some quick punishment on those cavalry over here. And then we can turn these guys in the pocket here and keep this group firing forward. So then that'll allow them to fire at these guys. And I'm doing pretty good damage to them already. So he looks like he's going in the flank here. So I'm going to turn them, put these guys in the pocket up there. There we go. Keep those things off my back. So I don't want to dedicate both groups to that. I think I'm going to pull one group here to shoot at the Minotaurs. And then they are monstrous and pretty scary. So yeah, let's go ahead and just sick these guys. They're generating pretty good results for me. Oh, no, he does have the Cygor. Darn it. Okay. So all plans out the window. I have to send these guys after the Cygor, because the Cygor can just do so much damage. Where's that freaking thing? Back there? Okay. So right now, let's go ahead and I think we can advance on the forest here. That's probably fine. And we can move up here. The Cygor definitely forces you out of your turtle, which is fine. I can just reassemble my formation here in a minute, and I did pretty good damage to those guys with the harass. So the Cygor isn't going to have the best line of sight either with that tree line there and stuff. So let's go ahead and fly this guy right over next to the Cygor. Yeah, and you see he's hitting the tree kind of, which is not ideal for my opponent. So let's go ahead and form up there. Nice front and center here, and just continue to get these guys engaging there. Maybe just one is fine, and then I can pull one out and keep it in the battle. I think that'll be really beneficial, because that Cygor is mainly just hitting the tree line, which is fine. So it looks like he's going to engage here, which is good. It's what I want. And let's put these guys on the chariot, because the chariot's going to be very hard to deal with. It looks like he is pulling his troops around and he's getting ready. Let's pull the Slayers in the back, because I just need to see where he's going to send these monstrous units, and then you just send the Slayers after him. So this is perfect. Slayers are right here. Longbeards will absorb the charge, and let's go ahead and get my damage debuffs here in a moment. The other group of Slayers can go deal with these guys. And let's pull these guys back in the pocket, reform here, and get my auxiliary Longbeards here ready to deal with the cap charge, because they're going to come right now. So this other group too can form and get ready to deal with them. Things are going pretty well, I would say. So let's get the Slayer King in there. He needs to be slaying some monsters. Enough time, enough games. Let's get this missile troop back. And these guys are ready, and these guys are now going to shoot in the pocket, and we can get these guys going. So this guy's working on the Cygor, or on the chariots, which is good. And over here, this guy's, he's not making much ground, so I think I'm just going to pull him back. I don't think it's worth it at this point, because the battle's pretty pitched now. So the miners here, and we can turn these guys to cover them. So things are going good, I think. So, but unfortunately, this Runesmith's taking a beating. So let's pull him back. Let's use his Thane here to come help out. And yeah, the Longbeard did well. So let's reform ranks. I got the crossfire, so these guys are covering one another. And every chance you get when they do engage, try and pull back and reform a little bit. It helps a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and send these guys on these cavalry. I think they should be able to route them out of the battlefield. Let's keep these guys shooting at these chariots, which are almost down. So you guys can see how good they are in this matchup. So definitely can't complain here, guys. And let's use the Rune of Wrath and Rune. It's very good against these type of units. And see, those miners guys are doing pretty good. So I'm keeping this formation tight. And it looks like those guys are wavering, so that's really nice for me. So things are going good, and make sure to constantly be checking that Runesmith for buffs. And remember, you don't want to chase too much either. So let's get these guys here. They're anti-infantry. Let's get the missile fire on them. And we got the Thane here. He's doing pretty well. He's back here supporting. Definitely need it. This guy has a lot of mobile troops. And let's see the Slayer King himself. Let's have him finish off these Minotaurs here. Let's get these Longbeards engaged. And this gyrocopter group is chasing off those chariots, which is good, so you got to make sure to pull them back. Sometimes that can happen. You can easily forget about those types of groups. Let's get them on these guys here. Actually, probably help out with that Gorbel. Need to get him down, because he's just going to start pounding on my lord here. Man, those Slayers put up a good fight, though. They fought to the death, literally. So also turn the missile fire on that Gorbel. They're very subject and weak to that type of thing. So let's reform our battle line here to protect against the charge. Re-engage here. Use that harassment ability to just cast it on these guys. Should be fine. Oh, that's a Bestigor herd, so that's pretty strong there. But now this guy's starting to take a little bit of damage, but unfortunately so is the Slayer King. He's getting targeted very heavily by these Gorbels here. So thankfully I do have these guys here who are doing a pretty good job holding the line. Oh boy, he did get through the back line here. So let's pull those guys to defend. I'm going to be kind of vulnerable to cav charges now, but it's okay. At this point, I kind of have to work with it. And my guys are almost out of ammo here, actually, too. So let's actually have him chase. We can have them actually engage in melee and do that. Pull Ungram back, have him engage there, and find another large unit any chance you get with gyrocopters. You notice how I'm not like chasing out and around and going after the far units? You want to keep them in the pocket so they can get very flexible fire and have a lot of options there. So let's shoot at these Razor Gore herds. Those guys are pretty strong and they're causing some serious problems. So remember, damage buffs. Let's get the Thane in there, have him use his buffs here. Let's get the Slayer King a little bit back. I think he needs to get back with his boys here. So I think it's going pretty well, but these guys are a menace, I'm telling you. Let's use the Rune of Wrath and Rune. That'll be very good. That should finish them off, actually. All right, so things are starting to stabilize in the main line. And who is this here? Is this his Lord? Oh, it's time to get slayed, bro. The Beast Lord is gonna meet the Slayer King right now, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I need to get this guy out of here. Got my missile lines reformed here. This guy is doing pretty well here. One thing I'm concerned about is that freaking Cygor. That thing's full health. Some big, angry, one-eyed beast over there waiting for me. Come on, get out of there, bro. Gotta move. These Longbeards have just been fighting all freaking day. They must be pretty worn out. So looks like I got the gyrocopters here, which are making sure that Gorbel doesn't come back, because it's still pretty healthy. So if that thing comes back, I could be in some serious problems. Yeah, you don't want to mess with Ungram. This is what he was born to do. So right now, these missile infantry are doing a pretty good job at just picking off these units and making sure they don't come back. And come on, get in there. What are you doing, man? You got to help your boy out. So I did win that battle over there. Finally, I was able to kind of collapse them, and maybe I should send the Bray Shaman, or excuse me, these gyrocopters to deal with that Bray Shaman. That'll be pretty good. And it's keeping a lot of his powerful units from coming back. I do not know what this guy's doing. Oh, he's chasing that herd. I hate when that happens. All right, so right now I do have my Rune of Wrath and Rune here, which is pretty good. So I'm going to get that here, and I do have my copters chasing around. So actually, let's go after his Beast Lord. I feel like that's going to be pretty huge. Oh man, right now it's like the final showdown. The people of the mountain have to go slay the one-eyed Cyclops to win the battle. Looks like he is chasing that Beast Lord. If they can get him, that would be so clutch, because that would be a pretty substantial leadership hit across most of my opponent's troops. So let's go ahead, and he does have those Minotaurs there. So let's get some missile fire on them right now. I'm gonna D-group here. Let's see, just form a new formation here. There we go. All right, man, this is a tight one. Okay, actually, if I run into the jungle, I can then like take that route to. Oh man, did that guy just retreat for some reason? Oh, that's not good. He still does have that. I am taking a lot of missile fire. Hopefully, the Saint can like get those guys before things get too crazy. All right, let's use the damage buff here. Use this here. Use the Slayer King to take out the Minotaurs, which is going to be pretty good. And let's just put the Slayers on these chariots here. All right, so I got to pull my copters back. They did a pretty good job keeping those powerful units, because that was a Gorbel that was at like, what, 30%, 40%? If that thing came back, I could be in some serious trouble right now. Oh, I might even be in some serious trouble. All right, Thane needs to get over their stat. And these guys need to land here. They need to land. And hopefully Ungram can hold, because a lot of my other troops are like in really bad shape. Come on, get back there. And the Thane needs to keep doing work over here. He's fighting these Ungor herd. He needs to help with that Minotaur probably. I need to get him over with his king. Come on, guys. Oh, too bad those Quarrelers won't come back. They're so low. And I need to get rid of these Razor Gore herds too. Those things are a menace. Come on, get in there, slay some beasties. And hopefully the charge bonus that I get from this guy will do enough to kind of scare off a lot of these troops here. This Thane, I really can't afford to have him rout at this point. Oh, Longbeards. Yes, this is exactly what I need. I just need some more troops to get in there and kind of do their thing. Come on, Ungram. Fight. Fight with all you have. God, what a battle. This is stressful, guys. I'm getting some anxiety from this one. But regardless, the Beastmen are one of those factions that you really have to make sure you finish everything off, or else they'll just keep coming back. This is what the Slayer King was born to do, though. Just these pitched battles to the frickin' death. And thankfully, I do have these gyrocopters left, which are, you know, fighting Ungor herds isn't the best use of things, but this Thane's doing pretty good. Oh, he needs to get that Bray Shaman stat. Let's go ahead and use that on not on the Bray Shaman, but we need to use it on the group there. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, there's no running, guys. The Slayer King has to do his thing right now. But a lot of his units are routing off. Oh, they're broken here? Okay, that's good. Oh, get in there. Come on, guys. We need to slay the Cygor. Come on, guys. Show us that dwarven resilience. To the death. Oh, look at frickin' Ungrim. He's not having it. He's not going to go down. His oath is getting fulfilled one way or another. Oh, and that frickin' Thane has just been the enemy this game. Just running off at every whim there. Come on, finish it. I'm using the Rune of Wrath and Rune. That's how desperate I am. Come on. I really want Ungrim to live here, too. And he's just so tough. Look at this frickin' his battle axe just getting in there and chopping his ankles. Oh, and he's broken. Is that it? Is that going to do it, guys? That might be it. And those gyrocopters, too, were just so clutch this game. And it looks like the Thane's coming back now. I need to make sure this guy doesn't come back. Because one really well-placed boulder throw against all these dwarves could just be the end of me. Come on, headbutt him. They need to get those those copters in there, you know, the blades, and just turn them right into them. That would probably be the best way to do it. What does he have left? So the game's not over. So, oh, it looks like he's reforming his ranks here, which is kind of stressful, but I feel like I have a pretty decent pocket here. Just need to, okay, so it's shattered now, so I don't need to waste my time with it anymore. It's not coming back. So I know he had some herds over there, but looks like that's it. Really well played on my opponent's part. Man, that was a stressful battle, but he did a pretty good job microing his cavalry and those chariots, and I haven't seen people use the Razor Gore herds yet, so really well played. You know, he brought the cost-effective Minotaurs. Maybe the ones with shields might have been a little better because they did take a lot of fire, but anyways, it was still good build on his part, and it was definitely a really good game. As far as my composition goes, these Longbeards did pretty good. The Slayers, they didn't look like they did good, but they were on Minotaurs, and they absorbed all that Minotaur shock in the beginning and did substantial damage to them, so they definitely paid their dues. But really good game to scoop and weigh again. Look forward to seeing you again on ladder, and hope you guys enjoy this live Battlecast. I had a lot of fun, so have an excellent night, guys, and take care.